That's a good point. But I gotta ask you, you and DL, what's the issue between both of y'all?
Listen, I got nothing but love for my brother DL Hughley. I got nothing but love for my man Steve Harvey. I got nothing but love for my man Rickey Smiley. But when I see black celebrities try to shame black people into voting for a candidate without being promised anything at all, that really enrages me, Art. No black celebrity. I know they gatekeepers. I know they're black bourgeoisies. I know that they're Negro elitists. I know this. But yet and still, you should not be shaming black people into voting for a candidate that, number one, has never done nothing for them. Number two, has not promised to do anything for them in exchange for the vote. This woman said, America is not a racist country. How can you care about black people and all that we have been through and continue to go through and say something like that out of your mouth? And in response to a direct question about reparations, she said, I'm not going to do anything just for black people. That remark, Art, which is now famous, was in response to a question about reparations. So she answered your question. Reparations is for black people because we're the only ones who are systemically enslaved and dehumanized in this country. So in response to what do you think and what are you going to do about reparations, she told you, I'm not going to do anything that's just going to benefit black people. And so to see these celebrities continue to go around and insult black people for not voting for someone who's not going to promise them anything, it's insulting. And DL Hughley promised me that he would debate me in the auditorium of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Well, guess what, Art? Our gymnatorium has been renovated for 3 years now. We're waiting on the school. The gymnatorium been ready, so DL Hughley, I'm still waiting for you and your brother Steve Harvey and your brother Rickey Smiley, unless you're just going to come alone, to pull up to the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy and have our debate. And DL Hughley, respectfully, because I love my brother, respectfully, keep Janet Jackson's name out your mouth until you debate Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Why do you have all this smoke for Janet Jackson? All she did was question Kamala Harris's racial ancestry. She has a right to question Kamala Harris's racial ancestry because Kamala Harris has always, until deciding to run for vice president, she has always identified as a South Asian. Always identified as a South Asian. And whenever she was referred to as South Asian, she never corrected any of her interviewers to let them know that she was mixed race, South Asian, and American African or Jamaican African. She's never done that. She keeps saying her father is Jamaican. Jamaican is a nationality. You have Chinese Jamaicans. You have Arab Jamaicans. You have East Indian Jamaicans. Calling yourself a Jamaican does not identify your race because not all Jamaicans are African. They should be, but because we're so colorblind in African countries, we let people come in and get citizenship who are not black. We do the same thing in Africa. I'll never understand it. But her father is a East Indian Jamaican. He's not a Jamaican African. I did see a picture, Art, of her father's mother. Much respect to her paternal grandmother. And when I first saw the picture, Art, she appeared to be a Jamaican African. This was about a year or two ago. And then a couple weeks ago, somebody sent me a more improved version of Kamala Harris's paternal grandmother. And the new picture of the grandmother, who I thought from the old picture was a Jamaican African, appears to be an East Indian Jamaican. So I, like Janet Jackson and many other American Africans, I question her Africanity because the only person I saw in her family tree who could have been African was the paternal grandmother, and it's quite possible that she was not a Jamaican African, but an East Indian Jamaican. Janet Jackson has every right to question Kamala Harris's racial ancestry. And I think it is wrong for D.L. Hughley to attack our sister, especially now while she's mourning the loss of her brother Tito. Rest in peace to Tito Jackson. Our hearts go out to the Jackson family and the entire Gary, Indiana community. D.L. Hughley, save that smoke. Leave Janet Jackson alone. Stop bullying my sister. I want the smoke. Bring the smoke to me. I'll come on your radio show. You can come to my gym like you promised. We can do this on BET. Wherever D.L. Hughley wants to have the debate with Dr. Umar, I'm ready right now. Don't bully Janet Jackson over Kamala Harris. Come and bully me, black man. I'm ready for you.